Hey friends, I am doing another page in the date book. It is 2024 and I'm using my old 2023 to do some mixed media. I chose this illustration, but this time I'm going to just get it stuck to a couple of pages. I probably, you may or may not have seen the first one where I did not put the pages together, but I decided, we usually put a little bit more stuff on the pages when we're doing a little mixed media, and I'm just warming up here by doing a yeah, the paper is pretty thin. It's not intended for this, but we use old books. We have an old book place here in Tucson where you can get people bring their old stuff, their collectibles, what have you, and books, and you can purchase pretty old books. They try to keep everything up to date. Um, and it used to be a little easier to get really old books, like things that people would throw away. Sometimes the library society does this thing where they anything that they're not using in the libraries anymore, they end up putting out there. And the last day, usually, you can take paper bags, big bags, and fill them up for $5 and get a ton of books. But I haven't been able to access that. So I figure, well, the date book, why fill the landfill with that when I can be playing with it? So I've got two colors, and I just picked out two colors. My colors are usually upside down in the box. I picked out two and decided these are the two I'm going to go with. And one is a color shift. It has like a sort of hollow, I can't, hollow, no, it's not hollow, it's hollow look to it. You'll see it when I put it on the page. It's really pretty good. And I'm bound and determined to use that palette knife, but I never do. So it's kind of funny. Anyway, so I'm not much of a red person, but I'm trying to push my little envelope there. So I figured, I'm going to go with this one. It's the holidays. It's right after New Year's, and Happy New Year to you. And I'm just going to go through and use a little bit and fill in the places on this. I wish I went a little closer to the illustration, but I didn't want to contaminate it because I'm going to be coloring that in. Now, I find that, the illustrations in this book are so clever and so cute that I don't want to destroy them. So I figured I just picked out the next one I liked and decided to go with it. I hope you're enjoying your new year. I hope you are healthy and that you're ready to start this year off with some focus, I suppose. I don't know what else to say. We haven't done resolutions in a while. What we used to do, or we did a couple of times, was write down things that we wanted out of our lives, and we put them on little pieces of paper. We didn't tell each other unless we wanted to, and then we burned that and put the ashes. It was sort of like I guess you would say it's sort of just getting rid of it, putting it out there, letting it go, that kind of thing. And then wrote down some things that we wanted to focus on for the new year. And we haven't done that in a long time. And I meant to do it again this year, but we just, we don't watch the ball drop anymore. We don't go out. When I was very young and in my first marriage, we did go to celebrations that either with family or friends. We did do a few, and I'm not really much of a a party goer, I guess. It's the only way I can think of it because it's like it's cold. I want to stay home under my blankets, and when I get tired, go to bed. That's it. I don't know. What did you do for your Happy New Year day? Did you participate or did you have some a celebration in your spot? I think that would be nice to do. I think I would like to do something maybe during after this month. Do something, invite people over to have a meal or just a game night because I think it's too much in November, December. I mean, we go from Halloween into Happy New Year and it's just a whirlwind and everyone's trying to have lunch with you or let's go and do this together. It's like there's a whole 10 months outside of these 2 months. Can we do something when it's a little warmer outside? That's just my philosophy. I suppose I'm too old anymore. I don't know. What do you think? All right, so I'm using some gel pens. You just okay, so back to the what I'm doing. So I've already painted it, I've dried it, I'm doing some Sakura pens on there. I've I don't know, I just kind of went with the flow, whatever works. So um, what's nice is the even though I painted that blue, I felt like, oh, you know what? I think those would make cute vines, so I changed it up. So you don't have to. You can do you. So although this is not really a coloring page, it doesn't work as well as probably a coloring book would work. It did come out pretty decent. You know, the Sakura pens really do float on top of the black pretty easily. And I'm just going to finish coloring that in. I don't know about you. Do you like coloring? I like using the pens and just doodling sometimes on top of. And coloring is kind of nice. It sort of makes my mind flow, so I like that. So this is going to be pretty simple. I'm not going to add too much to this in terms of mixed media, but it is it is the start. I think it will make a nice mixed media packet. I'm probably going to attach more pages together. I'm going to pick out the ones I like, and maybe I'm going to loosen it up by pulling out some pages so that I can add more three-dimensional items onto it. And I'll get to that. But I figured, no, we need to have another page done this week, and I decided to do this. And I hope you enjoy it. I don't know. I need to do some art every day, but I can't upload every day because I forget to turn on the camera. I don't know. It's hard. It's a little ridiculous, I know, but hard. Anyway, I'm going to let you to it. It's not going to take too much more. I'm going to use a stencil some art anthology spray and gel, and off we go. So enjoy, and I'll be back in a second. Okay, so yeah, the spatula is not going to work, but I thought maybe it was a little higher than it was. So I have to use the paintbrush, and it's not going to come out the way I want it to. But, you got to do what you got to do. So I'm just spreading it on there, and it is the only thing that's going to really define the stencil is the fact that the gel medium does take on the shapes that's there. It doesn't leave the empty space like you would expect, like it was in the probably the first one I did. It is what it is. When you see the close-ups, you'll see that it does have a little bit more dimension than you would assume. See, so it's the less gel medium I use. I probably would have been better off just using a little paint, but the gel medium sits on my table, so see, it gets better the less that's on the brush. It is what it is. I don't mind. I just wanted something to kind of hit it, you know? And then we're going to put on some things, sprinkle some spice into life. And then we put on some spray. See how it came out? It didn't come out too bad. Fill your cup first, then fill others. Yep, that's what that came out of my head. So I don't know. I'm sure someone else said it first. Ta-ta for now.